Hey guys, Utah Steve back for another video, and today we are camping in the great outdoors. Yes, my backyard. I know I've done videos similar to this in the past, usually solo or something, but this weekend I have my kids with me, and they actually wanted to camp in the backyard. So this isn't about social isolating or anything like that. We could go camping if we wanted to, but today we are going to set up tents. We're gonna have a campfire, I hope, in that pit back there with the wood I have. And we're just gonna have a good time camping out under the stars. No, probably a tent. It's looking kind of cloudy. It might actually rain a little bit. So we're gonna sleep in a tent. All of the typical things we would do on camping will be, all of those elements will be in place, but we're going to do it right here from the comfort of our own home, which I prefer the mountains, but this was their idea. So bear with me. Okay, here's into the gear shed. We need to figure out exactly what we need. We're gonna need a tent, and I've decided we're sleeping all in one tent because I don't want to set up several. We got several tents to choose from all along the bottom here, and some of them I can't wait to use out backpacking. Some of them were gifts and I'm excited to use them, but I think we're gonna stick with the tried and true Teton Sports 4-person tent here. This will accommodate us nicely. There you go, Jude, take that out to the backyard. I am going to use my quilt right here. Okay. We have to take that out there. Okay. They're gonna use their Teton Sports. Those are 20-degree bags apparently, but I don't know about that. They're pretty thin, and I don't think they'll go down that low.
Plus, it was like 40 last time we used them, and we got freezing.
Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, kind of a mess in here because I've been pulling gear out of boxes and trying to organize it on the walls and on the shelves. So excuse the mess. I also have my lawnmowers in here. And I have not mowed the lawn. I have not. I mowed it a week ago. It grows really fast, so sorry about the lawn. Anyway, this is the great outdoors. It's supposed to be wild and adventurous. So now what we need are sleeping pads. This is my sleeping pad shelf right here. I've got 3 of the Thermarest Z-Lite pads. I've got a sit pad, I've got pillows, but I think for comfort's sake we're gonna go with the inflatables. And Dylan prefers this Thermarest right here. What else do we got? I think this is a Thermarest. Yeah, that's a Thermarest too. It's a good one. We'll use that. I think that's Murphy's, my older son. He's not here, so he won't mind. We just won't pop it. And I prefer, believe it or not, this very simple inflatable sleep pad in the warmer temperatures, like summertime and that kind of thing. I want something light and simple, not necessarily with the cell foam padding inside self-inflating. So I'm gonna sleep on that. We're gonna need chairs to sit around the campfire. So we'll need 3 of those. I think I've lost my help. My help has disappeared. Hey guys! As far as cooking goes tonight, we're having Mountain House meals. We've already pre-selected them, so we're gonna need cook pots to boil water on. There's so much confusion trying to do this like so abruptly, so last minute. I'm used to packing days in advance and heading into the mountains, so this is kind of chaotic. Let's pick a spot for our tent. Okay, so we moved the tent to the far back corner. It was too close to the fire pit there. We considered sleeping in the tent with just the bug net under the stars. It sounds amazing, frankly. But the weather report says scattered showers are possible this evening and through the night. So I'd rather not get wet. Anyway, that's progress, right? I really got some work to do on this fire pit, but you know what? That's nothing I wouldn't do if I were backpacking. I would go into the woods and I would find a spot for a fire, possibly an already in place fire pit, and I would clean it up before I built a fire in it. So it's really no different. Okay, I got it nice and cleaned out. So I don't know if these will still burn or not, but I'm going to try later. It's nice and leveled, and looks like there's some volcanic rock and sand in there that's supposed to be there. So there we go. Fire pit is ready. Meanwhile, Dylan is putting the stakes in the tent, and then we will throw the fly on top. And these two just think they don't have to do anything to help. They have their toys. That's all they want to do. Give me that ball. Give me that ball. You give me that ball. I want that ball. Give me that ball. Give me that ball. Bob chews that like it's a gumball. Silly. So here is the wood that I have. It's kind of sad and pathetic. It was already here when I moved here a year and a half ago. And a lot of it is hardwood, and so it doesn't burn very easy. And the other problem I have is I can't find my hatchet. I can't find my axe. So got to track that down, otherwise we may be breaking these smaller pieces and then adding the logs, just doing what we can. There is a lot of bark in here I can use. Hopefully I can find the axe though. I was looking forward to splitting these logs. Let's see how the fly is going. How we doing? We figuring it out?
I can't do it alone.
Well, you're not. He's helping.
It's not straight.
That's alright. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure it attaches. Getting the fly clipped on, and then we'll stake out the vestibule. We should be good. So worst case scenario with the wood, I have a chainsaw. We aren't in the middle of nowhere with just backpacks, so yeah, we might bust out the chainsaw. I have a new fire starter I'm looking forward to trying. So that'll be fun to use. Hopefully it won't be a fail. And yeah, I think it's almost time to put our bedding in the tent, set up our beds for the night. Okay, so here's what we're dealing with dinner. Dylan has chosen a Mountain House Lasagna Pro Pack. I have chosen the Beef Stroganoff with Noodles Pro Pack. And Jude is having the Chili Mac with Beef. So these are all Pro Packs. I've never had the Pro Packs before. They were donated to me by my friend Joseph Shanks. So another video brought to you by Joseph Shanks, Joe Shanks. Check out his channel. I'll put a link below. It's a good friend of mine. Breakfast skillet is for morning. I'll probably split this with one of the boys, and then Dylan will probably have the scrambled eggs with bacon, because that's one thing he'll actually eat.
I love scrambled eggs with bacon.
I know you do. The fire is going to be strictly for comfort and entertainment. We're going to use this $20 stove from Walmart. Butane stove. I've got the fuel in the shed. We'll be boiling our water on this for that. The problem with the fire is we don't have any marshmallows, do we guys?
No.
No marshmallows. I really am just trying to avoid going to the store. You know, I don't want to buy firewood and marshmallows and make this a big thing. I just want to stay home and have some fun. So we're gonna have to figure out how to have fun with this, because these boys have no idea what fun is, right? The dogs will be joining us. I don't know if they'll be comfortable in the tent or not. This will be a good experiment to see, because I've never taken them on a overnighter except when I had my old tent trailer. They would sleep in that, so I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Let's go take a look inside the tent. Dylan has set up our bedding for us. Did you help with the tent? You did, huh? What did you do?
Putting in the poles and setting up the fly.
Cool.
Rain fly.
Awesome. Okay, let's go take a look and see what we're dealing with here. All right. That's the neighbor kids. Okay, it's going to be noisy for a minute, but Dylan and Jude are sleeping there. Yes, those are pink pillowcases because they were in my tent trailer. Holy freaking dog. And there's my setup right there. There are some disadvantages, obviously, to camping in your backyard. You can hear it all around me. So I think Dylan did a really good job setting that up. It's very nice and organized. You did good, Dylan. It looks really good in there. Where's crap? So it's about 6 p.m. and so we're getting ready for dinner. I brought the trail camera out. We do have raccoons in the neighborhood, so who knows. We also have hooligans that live around here. So anyway, before we start dinner, we wanted to do something kind of fun, or the boys did. So what we have here are their high power BB guns. Not really. They could actually hit you with them and they wouldn't break your skin. We have 4 cans here as targets. This one is unopened and I have no idea if the guns are even powerful enough to break through. But we'll see. That's just ant bait. I've got an ant problem. So these are made by Buck. Not expensive at all. I think these were 10 bucks a piece, brand new. But they like to. This is our shooting range right here. I put this metal tin up so they won't hit the side of the shed, but unfortunately, as you can see, they're not always the best shot. Nothing a coat of paint won't fix. At least they'll have memories. So, all right, guys, we gonna do this?
Yep.
All right. Ooh, nice.
I got trying to hit the unopened can. There you go, hit one.
Ooh, nice. The only one standing still is the unopened can. I wonder if they're actually hitting it and it's just bouncing off. Let's see. Hang on. No, it looks untouched. I don't see any dings or anything. Nice. Bob, get out of the way.
That was hard to hit.
You're hit. You're still hitting cans. They're just already knocked down. Oh, and I wasn't.
Just before he both hit.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
So I was busy filming the kids, and I didn't get them hitting that. So let's go get another can because that was too cool. So yeah, they hit it.
Going to get
Okay, so that's our new can right
And I
there.
just shook it up too.
Get a nice tight close. Oh yeah! Woo!
We're getting better at aiming.
Yep. One can left standing.
We've hit it a million times.
Yeah, they keep hitting it, but it's got soda in it, so it's weighted down.
I'm trying to hit the bottom.
Wait. So anyway, there's the aftermath. These guns actually do have a little bit of a punch to them. Maybe they would break your skin. This one's still got soda in it. That's where they hit it. The empty one. There we go. Pretty good. And our thing is falling over. So I had some water in my platypus bag from a hike I recently went on that was still left, and I might as well put it to use. So I hung it right there in that little clip, and we'll use gravity to fill our titanium pot. This is the pot we're going to be using. It looks like these Pro Packs don't take a full 2 cups. They only take 1 and about 14 ounces of water. I don't know if this pot will fit on here. I hope it will. Oh yeah, that's perfect fit. Nice. Dylan's gonna go ahead and open his. See the little notch?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how to do this?
Yeah, you just tear it.
Yeah. Be careful not to rip the zipper part though. Pull it all the way off. Okay, now what?
Or you could use the
No,
zipper.
what's in there that you gotta take out? Do you remember? Yep, take that out. Now let's see what it looks like. Show the camera. It almost looks like, I don't know what that looks like, scabs.
What are scabs?
Looks like we got steam coming out the top. If I can get my spork under there. Yeah, we got a boil. Nice.
Now it looks like kind of lasagna, I guess.
Yeah. Get all the way down in the corners. See the little notch? There you go. Nice.
I did it for Joe.
Okay, take that out. All right, cool. So there you go. That's chili mac. That's what that looks like. Looks like macaroni and dirt. So while we're waiting for Jude's water to boil, Dylan's got to. It's been about 4 minutes. Dylan's got to stir his. Look at that. We got steam coming off this. That means we got to boil. So let's turn that off. Get down in the corners. Try to mix it up good.
I want to try.
Oh, awesome.
Takes a lot of work.
Yeah. They're exercising and they don't even know it.
That's why.
So Scrappy has a little bit of sheepdog in him. He wants Bob's ball, and so he keeps biting at his ankles to get him to do what he wants. Oh, gross. You're sharing the same bowl with the St. Bernard? What's the matter with you? Do you know how gross that is? This is what it's like when a St. Bernard drinks right here. Oh, gross. Why would you put your face in there? Huh, Bob? Oh, look, he got scraps. in the back.
Don't be a bolter here.
Bobby, where's your ball? You got your ball. He has his ball. Even though he got a drink, he put it in the water bowl with him so that Scraps couldn't have it. What are you doing? Get the ball. Get it. Get it from him. Look, he dropped it. There you go. Arr. All right, my turn.
I dodged that.
So here you go. There's the beef stroganoff. Looks like rocks.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's fun. Except they have their arms extended. So like this. I'm hungry.
Okay, guys, ready? First bite.
Wait.
Looks amazing.
Oh wow, it looks good. Having trouble opening mine, that's so. Oh, mine looks delicious. There we go. Oh,
Wow.
that looks so good. Time for my taste test.
Mine's good.
Mine's good.
You better put that in your mouth.
I don't think it's good enough.
How about you, Jude? Good? Awesome.
It's really good.
Okay, it's about 8 p.m. So it's time to start our fire. Dinner was awesome. Very good. No complaints, even from my kids. Well done, Mountain House.
I love that.
I'm gonna baton the wood because I really don't feel like getting out the chainsaw and the plug that goes to it, and I think my Mora knife here will do a good job. So we're gonna baton what we have and try to get a fire going. As you can see, the sun is going down over there. It's dusky-ish. So these two are still going nuts.
Okay, touch the side of my head. Do it. Touch the
I've
side
honestly
of my
never
head.
seen them jump on the trampoline for this long. They jumped on it before dinner. They jumped on it after dinner. They were on it this morning. It's insane. They should sleep well tonight. So anyway, dinner is done. Let's baton some wood. So I think that's a pretty good start to get the fire going. I might trim this down and this, but then once we get this going, the bigger stuff over there should take pretty well, I hope. Don't you think? Okay, so here's the new fire starter I was talking about. Sweet Fire strikeable fire starter. Basically strike it on the end of the box there, just like a match. It says each one burns for 7 minutes, and that should be enough to get some kindling on. Now what I've done is I've whittled some shavings. I can whittle more if I need to, just to get the fire started from this, and then we should be able to build it up from there. Hopefully this goes well. I don't know. Only the second time in a year and a half that I've used this fire pit, so here's hoping. Just a word of warning, there's some kids playing in a nearby yard. So we'll be hearing that unless I decide to put music over this, which I just might. not going to be cooking anything, huh?
Nope.
Pretty full from dinner, aren't you? Yeah.
This is a good smoker.
So tent is ready, waiting for us. And the fire is doing well. It looks amazing. It's nice and warm too. It was just starting to get cold out here. So we're just gonna hang out and goof off and have some fun. I threw one of the old logs on top, and boy, it's really doing well. That is going. Look at that.
Fire!
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Mostly a lot of smoke.
Well, it's doing all right. Yeah, it's gonna smoke. It's a fire. Sillies. Dogs aren't interested in the fire. They're over there just...
Fire! And I'm holding some fire.
That's awesome.
I'm holding fire.
All in all, this is pretty cool. We got the tent set up. We got lots of comfort in there. We're gonna watch a movie tonight on the Kindle. Tonight's movie is The Sandlot. The boys have never seen it. Classic. They'll like it.
I'm holding fire.
And just hanging out by the fire, having a good time, being a family. So
This right here is a good place. Yeah. It's all right. It's just right.
those fire starters worked excellent. I'm putting those in my fire kit. Quite pleased with those. It's really strange to think that tomorrow I have to mow the lawn and trim around the fire pit and the yard.
Dylan,
In the meantime, in the very
this
same
looks
spot,
like it's really catching
we're
on
enjoying a
fire.
toasty fire and a camp out in our tent. So. What's strange to me is these kids playing back here in the yard behind us are never ever out there. I think what attracted them was that we set up a tent and had a fire, and they're curious. I rarely see them out there in their yard at all, even with the playground equipment. So they're probably junior high age, but I think you know, kids crave this kind of thing, and that's the biggest reason I'm being a good sport about it. I'm trying to encourage my kids that they can get outside anywhere and enjoy the outdoors and get away from the screens and whatnot. The thing, you know, schoolwork, the pressures of homeschooling and working full time, and them having their online schooling, and I mean, it's been really stressful, and their free time through the winter was eaten up by video games and computer time and YouTube. But this gives them a sense of real. This is hands-on, here and now kind of thing. Anyway, this is really fun. It was a good idea. I'm glad they insisted on this. Julian? No. So Scraps here doesn't seem to mind the fire. He'll come over if I call him, and the fire's right there. He keeps his distance a little bit, but mostly he just wants some love, some attention. Bob has been, oh look, he's been really hesitant to come near the fire, and he's probably more flammable anyway. But it's interesting because Scraps has been around a campfire before. Bob has before, but it's been a long time, and mostly they're just hanging out over there, that part of the yard. They're not nuts about it. They're kind of keeping their distance. And I can hear a squirrel up in those trees somewhere. So yes, we are pretty close to the mountains. We have squirrels, we have raccoons, we've seen coyotes. And what else? Wild turkeys. Lots of stuff, huh guys?
Finally, I have a good fire stick. Once, there was a very poor man, and he bought this house, a giant one, even though, he was poor, but it was very cheap. And apparently, there was no bills to be paid for it, or he didn't have to pay anything for the house. But that's because it was haunted. One night, he was just about to go to sleep when he heard a noise from the kitchen. Smoke. And he lived alone too. Because nobody in his family liked him. Because how poor he was, and the rest of his family was very rich. So nobody moved in with him. And then he went in the kitchen, and as he did, a jar fell off of a shelf and broke. Then a cupboard opened. Food fell out. Then all of a sudden, he hears a noise from his room, and then he walks in and finds his room completely messed up. Then he hears a noise from the basement. He goes down there, and he sees a ghost, and it kills him. As he was dying, he saw 3 ghosts and an eyeball on the ceiling. The end. I guess it's kind of scary.
Well, guys, we are settled into the tent. We haven't quite climbed in bed because Bob thinks he's sleeping over 2 of our sleeping bags at the moment. You can see him back there, just comfy as can be. He's never slept in a tent before, and he's actually pretty happy about it. Scraps is too. He's right over there with Jude. Are you okay? So we're gonna say goodnight, guys, and it's been fun. I don't know if I'll film in the morning or not. We'll see how the morning goes and how the night goes. But thanks for joining us, and we will say goodnight for now. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Bob. Bob's already asleep. Say goodnight, Crappy. All right. Still smoldering. I'm going to hide? Yes, please.